So you can imagine my reaction when I woke up to read my email and realize that my account had been banned permanently. My Fiverr account banned permanently. At first, I didn't know my reaction. Like, I didn't know what to think. A moment of shock. You really don't know what to think. You don't know whether you want to, because I knew this was coming, but I still had my fingers crossed. So, should I shout? Should I cry? Should I scream? Should I go naked? But, anyways, this video is about my story and how I got my Fiverr account banned permanently. Now, when your Fiverr account gets banned permanently, you cannot create a new account. And in fact, a whole lot of things happened this last week, and I was only able to probably upload just one video last week, and that was because mentally I was not okay. Okay. So first and foremost, all of these things happened started 2 months ago. Well, not 2 months per se, but I got the first message 2 months ago. Fiverr sent me a message and said my account has been restricted. But I wanted to wait until everything was officially settled, to talk about this, right? And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I know that I am an advocate for Fiverr, and I would also want you guys to know that, okay, learn from me. Like, these are the things that you should do while using the platform, and these are the things you should not do while using the platform. I also want you to learn another lesson, which is what is your exit strategy, right? I don't know where you are right now in your journey as a freelancer. I don't know if you've started, I don't know if you've done this for more than a year, I don't know if you've done it up to 4 years like me. But what is your exit strategy? I remember when I wanted to take my project management course on Coursera, I basically asked myself where I wanted my life to go. Like, was I going to be a virtual assistant for the rest of my life? And the answer was no. So even though virtual assistant was paying me, is paying me, that isn't what I want to do for the rest of my life. When I'm 65, what do I do? So what actually is the path I'm taking? Which led me to do the project management course because I wanted to upskill. And so upskilling kind of like doubled my income because I made more, I could earn more, I could charge more because I had better knowledge. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I am a Fiverr advocate. You know that I started in Fiverr, I grew in Fiverr, I've made friends, I've made business clients, and I've earned from the platform. Like, I think totally from my current account, I have made up to 6K. And it might be little, but I'm very grateful for where I have come, where I am, and where I'm going. Fiverr basically is my major source of income. I was a level 2 seller, but sometime last year, I remember I made a video about what if Fiverr shadow banned you. So basically, sometime last year, October or November, I think October, I did a job for a client, but because of I can't remember what happened, but so my response rate, whether it's response rate, but anyway, my I was demoted because one of those parameters went down. So I went from being a level 2 to being a level 1. I think something happened, but I know it wasn't really my fault. But I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to, is it not time? So Fiverr said, okay, you're going to get back to being a level 2 seller in 2 months. I was like, okay, no problem. I went back to being a new seller, all of the things. After a while, I actually got back to being a level 1 seller. But then I noticed that this is not the energy I was getting on Fiverr. Like, I usually get people chat me up, all of that, even if they end up not working with me. But I know people who chat me up. My impressions were still high, but people are not chatting me up. So that was when I made the video about being shadow banned. And so I found out that was shadow banned. So you can go watch that video then. So, anyways, when I found out I was shadow banned, I contacted the customer care, and then they resolved it within 24 hours. And then I started getting people chat me up. So that was when I knew that it had been resolved. Fast forward to me getting clients and people chatting me up. January, February, I had two clients chat me up, and two potential clients chat me up. And these two clients, one was in Canada and the other one was in the US. And the two of them just chatted, and the message right from time was that, okay, I want to chat with you outside the platform. Now, I wasn't thinking well, but I just said okay. So they put their phone numbers there and all of that. And I think 1 week, say 5 days after those two conversations, I think those two conversations came the same day or, one day apart. I got a notification from Fiverr and said that they are going to restrict my account. So, I mean, I've just come out of being demoted and trying to get back on my feet on the platform, like get back to my usual earnings on the platform, just to realize that I'm being restricted. So I called my friends that have been like their bosses on Fiverr and was like, see what's going on. And they're like, I should relax. So for the past 2 months, I've been under small pressure of not knowing where my fate was or fate is as regards Fiverr. And they told me that they were going to get back to me in 60 days. So 29th of April was the 60th day. And, I mean, they said they were going to get me on or before 60 days. And I had already chatted them up on the 30th day, I think. And like twice, I chatted them like, you guys should give me my response. Let me know where I stand. And I have these clients that when you have clients, most of them now become your friends. So she had already asked me, hey, Onye, I also have my I want us to work together and so and so months. So I was not like, okay, hold off on paying me for now because she pays me through Fiverr. I will get back to you when I settle what I have going on with Fiverr. And she was like, okay. So right on the 60th day, they sent me a message saying that I've been permanently banned. I'm no longer going to have access to my account. They are going to lock it down. Any money I have remaining, they are going to make it available for me in 90 days. I don't know why they are waiting 90 days, but then that's it. So the question here is, did I take conversations out of the platform? Yes, I did. Most times, clients actually request for that because the platform's message, you all know how chatting on WhatsApp is fast, easy. From the way I relate with them, I think most of them have Fiverr on their laptops, on their desktops. And so communication is usually when they open their laptop, right? But for us, we have the platform on our phones, right? So it's easy for us to platforms like WhatsApp is like they are on your phone. The thing with emails is that they are on your phone. So when you send someone an email or when someone sends you an email, in less than 1 hour, you should have received that email if you don't receive it immediately. So most times communication on Fiverr is usually one-sided. So most clients actually request that they talk to you outside of the platform. Also, clients who are not sure of what they want to do. So they want to keep contact communication until they are sure what they want to do with you, and then you can go ahead and place the order. So, anyways, yes, I took conversations or business, as they termed it, outside of the platform. And I mean, 20% is a lot, you guys. If you have another $800 and you're giving Fiverr 20%, God knows that you not eat well that month. Like that night, you just be dreaming about that 20% that you gave to Fiverr. But this is inevitable. For someone like me, while I was on Fiverr, I was like one of the best in my categories. I always had 5-star reviews. Like I had over 70 plus reviews, and all of them were all good reviews. I make sure I took care of my clients. I make sure I treated them well. And those factors don't stop Fiverr from banning you. So if you like think that during your turn that they're not going to ban you. Kiniko, kiniko. They don't even give room for appeal. Like I even had to like send them a message back and say I would like to have the opportunity to, appeal this decision. And nah, that doesn't work. So in less than 24 hours, guys, my whole life's work has just gone to the ground. I may be smiling, but it's not easy to swallow. But looking back on all of this, the first thing that came to my mind was something Russell Brunson said in his book .com series. He said that the traffic you own is your traffic. The traffic you own is your traffic, right? So basically, I know he was saying that when it regards marketing, but that's like general. It's just like the traffic on YouTube or the traffic on Instagram. If Instagram decides to block your account, that's the end of it. Right? So, anyways, the traffic you own is your traffic. So, the question now is, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? What's my next step? All of this is just happening at a strategic point in my life where I've decided to, move into tech fully as a product management. Move into tech fully as a product manager. And I'm like, is this a coincidence or is this just God saying something? Because I literally have a presentation, a project presentation on Saturday. My products, my imaginary products, where you remember the products I was asking in the other videos, I was asking you guys to please fill my survey form. My presentation is on Saturday. I'm not even thinking straight anymore. But anyways, the presentation is on Saturday, and I mean, this is just happening at this point in my life. So does that mean that I just fully go into product management or and forget everything about virtual assistant? Because my plan when I decided to do product management course and then a project management course and then a product management course was not to throw away virtual assistants per se. Yes, I knew I took that decision. I asked myself that question, like, was this what I wanted to do for the rest of my life? And the answer was clearly no. So the idea, what I had in mind then was that I wanted to switch gears. So basically, virtual assistant is my full-time job. You've probably heard my story in my previous videos, but then it's what I do full time. And then what I wanted to do was to switch places and so make product management my full-time career and then virtual assistants be a side hustle, irrespective of which was paying me more. And all of this is just happening all of a sudden. So I'm like, Fiverr has been where I am, and what do I do next, right? So I have a couple of options in my head, and I'm like, my husband is saying, okay, how about you go solo, right? Create your website, blah blah blah. So do I go solo or do I jump into another freelance platform and start all over? But even if I jump into another freelance platform, right, what am I going in as a virtual assistant or the product manager? Because right now I want to put product management in the forefront. And so starting over is just putting too much effort into something I want to put on the side, if you get what I'm saying. That's where I am right now. I've currently started my website. I'm building it myself. I'm not a web designer or developer, but I'm going to be using web builders. So it makes things a whole lot easy so that, it kind of makes, like, I just want to put it out there as fast as possible. I don't want any back and forth with any person, any external person, and then I'm saving costs too. So I'd rather pay for subscriptions. I mean, I pay a lot of subscriptions nowadays. So I'd rather pay for the web builder subscription, then domain, and maybe email marketing than adding web developer into the whole costs. So that's where I am right now. In my future videos, I'm going to walk you through my website, you're going to see probably, I don't know if my website is going to be done by the time I post this video. You guys are going to please, help me see what I don't even know what I'm saying again. Looking back at what Russell Brunson said about traffic, he said the best type of traffic is the traffic you own. And he meant the people you have, he meant email gathering. And I would say that that's the disadvantage of working on Fiverr. Fiverr doesn't want you to communicate with these people outside of the platform. So they want to own that traffic. And what it does is it gets you pretty chained to Fiverr, which I was. I mean, if you wake me up in the morning, I'm going to tell you open a Fiverr account because it worked for me. And so I was pretty chained to the platform. But right now I'm looking at it from a different perspective. How about I really do this as my own business? How about I create a website? How about I, really do this, go solo and see where I can build this, see how I can leverage my network. I mean, most of these clients turned out to be my friends. Most of them didn't, but I can reach out to them and see how this works and see how what I can bring or turn or make this, come out to be. So even though there's this sense of relief that okay, no more deadlines, all of this, all of that on Fiverr, no more demoting and all of that. I also have that feeling of, okay, how about the extra cash that always comes from Fiverr? Like, how about that extra cash? Fiverr spoils me that such a way that I just prefer working for foreigners than working for Nigeria because of the exchange rate. So what am I going to do? I've decided to take this as a sign and working on the websites, currently working on my website. So I'm grateful because another door has opened for me. I'm very optimistic to know what God has in store for me this new season. Thank you for listening to this story of Fiverr and why I'm no longer on the platform. Do I still recommend Fiverr to beginners? Yes, 100% I do. Fiverr treated me well. If you are a beginner, if you don't have experience, if you don't know where to start, Fiverr is your place to go. But right now I feel like I'm no longer a beginner at this stage, given all of the expenses I run as a work from home person. Like, there are certain tools you need to start paying for, and in order to pay for these tools to be able to deliver well, dashing people 20% is not going to be that easy. It's not going to be something that you willingly give out. So I feel like this is like a new beginning for me. How about go solo and actually build this up as a business and see how it's going to turn out? Will it turn out to be an agency or will it turn out to be a marketplace? I'm not sure. Let's see how this is going to look out. So thank you guys for watching. If you've not yet subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I'm here, I'm your babe, and I am definitely going to be giving you updates on what decision I've made. Am I going to jump to Upwork? Am I going to do both? But definitely I'm going to do with the website, and I'm going to scavenge my email and look for my previous clients and reach out to them and see how they are doing. As it goes, I'm going to give you updates of how everything is going and also my product management journey. Yeah, so stay tuned. I'm still going to be making content as regards being a virtual assistant and being a product manager and working from home. So you guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and see you next time. Thank you.